You know, I grew up in a very strange time period. I grew up in the late 90s to the early 2000s, and it was a very interesting time period. The current anime series that were on television at the time consisted of Dragon Ball Z, the first series of Naruto, Yu Yu Hakusho, Full Metal Alchemist, and a couple of other ones that were played more on Adult Swim than on Toonami. Ones that I really didn't get into until I got older, since they were kind of past my bedtime. But I was able to watch Toonami. And now, while I was a big fan of Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho and Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series like that, I did have a couple of admittedly guilty pleasure anime that I really enjoyed. One would, of course, be Sailor Moon. I mean, how could you not? It's got cute girls, monster fights, magic transformation. There's a lot to be enjoyed with Sailor Moon. But, you know, because I was a boy growing up in the 90s, it wasn't really acceptable at that time, you know, lest I get beat up for liking things that were girly. But thankfully that's not really the case anymore. But another one that a lot of people seem to remember fondly is Hamtaro. I love Hamtaro. I don't know what the hell it was about that show, but it was cute, it was funny, it had a bunch of colorful characters, like little hamsters running around, and it was just super cute. And I really liked that for some reason. And to a certain degree, I still do. I had so much Hamtaro stuff. I had like one of those like Polly Pocket houses, but it was with Hamtaro. So I had a bunch of like little Hamtaro like rubbery figures that I would like play with and stuff. Yeah, man, I'm not messing around. I still have, back at my old house, I have a series of like the Hamtaro figures that came in like Burger King toys, and I actually do have the special Halloween Hamtaro with like the little pumpkin face. Might not sound like a big deal, but it was a really big deal to me at the time. And of course, as I said in other episodes, if there's going to be a successful anime series, there's going to be a bunch of video games about it. Now, the first video game that most people think about when they think Hamtaro is Ham Ham Heartbreak. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Admittedly, I never played Ham Ham Heartbreak because I don't own it. And I haven't gotten it. But I do plan to review it someday. I look forward to playing it someday, but that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about a lesser-known hidden gem for the Game Boy Color called Hamtaro Ham Hams Unite. This game is sweet, and not just because it's for Hamtaro fans. It's actually a really enjoyable game. The basic plot of the game is that Boss is trying to round up all the hamsters, and it's your job, Hamtaro, to find them all. Now, some may claim that that is a discount version of Pokemon, but there's no real battling when trying to find all the hamsters. See, each hamster is hidden throughout the world, whether they be behind a puzzle or a secret entrance, and some can be found by trading items, etc. And what's interesting about the game is that it's a puzzle solver. There's a big open world that you get to explore as Hamtaro, and you get to interact with different hamsters. Now, of course, as you collect more and more, like different levels of the world open up and you get more items and more things that you can do. And it's just such a fun game, especially for the Game Boy Color, which processing power, not super great by today's standards, but the game looks really good. Even today, I would almost compare it to the animation quality of Shantae for the Game Boy Color, another hidden gem that nobody knew about at the time. The game is super cute, it's super fun, and it's full of so much charm. There's like so many different hamsters that you can collect, all the ones from the show, and then, you know, you get them all together, and it's just a cute little game. If you're a fan of Hamtaro and you can find this bad boy, I definitely recommend trying to find it. It might not necessarily be easy because it is a bit of a rare game, but if you do get it, you'll have a real fun time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some hamsters to collect. Hamtaro, when we work together, it's much better.